Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and today I'm going to tell you why Jason is coming to Dead by Daylight. Hey Rocky, watch me pull a Jason out of my tinfoil hat. Again? This time for sure. Yeah, I'm so confident in this, I don't even need the tinfoil hat this time. So we're going to talk about why I strongly believe that Jason is coming to Dead by Daylight. And stick around to the end, because I'm going to show you how the devs themselves have even subtly told us that it's happening. Okay, so first it all starts out with this announcement of the Jason universe. IGN broke the story a few days ago. Exclusive, the Friday the 13th franchise announces Jason Universe, a multi-platform expansion plan for entertainment, games, immersive experiences, merchandise, and more. And when we click the link to the IGN article, Jason Universe by Horror Inc., that's Sean Cunningham's company that lays claim to Jason. Horror Inc. announces a multi-platform expansion of Friday the 13th franchise. We're focusing on honoring the legacy while elevating the fan experience and appealing to today's horror audiences. IGN can exclusively report that Horror Inc. is expanding the Friday the 13th franchise into a new era with the launch of Jason Universe. New Friday the 13th activations will span a wide range of platforms, from entertainment, games, immersive experiences, merchandise, and more, to be announced throughout 2024 via Jason Universe 13, that's the Twitter account, on social media, or by visiting the official Jason Universe website. For decades, Jason shocked and thrilled audiences who kept coming back for more, and we're excited to work with Victor Miller. Now, Victor Miller is the original screenwriter for the first Friday the 13th film, and that's where Sean Cunningham's company, Horror Inc., and Victor Miller locked horns for like the last 7 years about ownership once Victor reclaimed his rights to the original screenplay. On new projects that we're announcing in the coming months, said Robert Barsamian, president of Horror Inc., in a statement provided to IGN. Victor Miller was the screenwriter of the original Friday the 13th movie, who reclaimed the domestic rights to the original slasher film in 2021 after a lengthy lawsuit. I thought it was earlier than that. Miller, however, is not part of Horror Inc. Barsamian is executive producer of the upcoming A24 and Peacock expanded prequel series Crystal Lake, which had originally had Hannibal's Brian Fuller aboard as its showrunner before he parted ways with the project last week. Barsamian was also an executive producer on the 2017 Friday the 13th, the game. Maybe it wasn't 2017 then. Added Robbie Barsamian, VP of Horror Inc., we're focused on honoring the legacy while elevating the fan experience and appealing to today's horror audiences as we develop new ways to watch, interact, and engage with the Jason universe. With the unique ability to remain at the forefront of pop culture for 44 years, Jason continues to top charts as one of the scariest villains of all time, with strong global awareness across multiple generations, thanks to billions of TikTok fans plus millions and millions of gamers and movie fans, said Sherry Kahn, global GM of Horror Inc. We can't wait to introduce the new Jason Universe activations to these amazing fans. All right, and then that's the end of it. So now, Crystal Lake belongs to Victor Miller, and adult Jason, I believe, belongs to Horror Inc. It gets a little muddy here on who owns what, which is why the Crystal Lake Peacock TV series is like Victor Miller's baby, and whatever this Jason Universe thing is going to be Sean Cunningham and Horror Inc.'s baby, I believe. And as of yesterday's announcement, we are already seeing the Jason Universe concept pay dividends, where Multiversus has announced that Jason is going to be in their game. Multiversus has a new cinematic launch trailer revealing Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th and Agent Smith from The Matrix. Multiversus trailer reveals the first look at Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th and Agent Smith from The Matrix. Multiversus, which launches on May 28, is a free-to-play platform fighter, similar in vein to Nintendo's Smash Bros. Series, but with characters from across Warner Brothers' own properties. Jason Voorhees and Agent Smith join Multiversus alongside of the Joker, yada, yada, yada. So, we've seen the trailer here, and it has Jason in it. So this is it. It's happening. Things are happening. with the Jason universe already. So it would seem there's nothing stopping Dead by Daylight from getting Jason now. So here's that Jason Universe Twitter account that IGN had mentioned. And well, what do you know, if I look and see any of the followers that I know, I see a familiar face here of Mathieu Cote is following Jason Universe. Matthew's always said that Jason is welcome in our Dead by Daylight Horror Hall of Fame whenever he clears up his legal issues, and that time has come. So it looks like it's time for Dead by Daylight to get working with Horror Inc. to bring Jason to DBD. I know there's some people who say, well, Jason is just going to be made a shadow of his former self, and DBD is going to be a watered down version. And that may very well be true. If you watch Slasher Radio's interview with Mathieu Cote, Mathieu talked about how they kind of had to tone down how powerful Vecna from Dungeons and Dragons is in Dead by Daylight. And they did it with a mark on his neck, on the back of his neck, a mark of the entity called the Mark of Negation, which made him not as strong as he would be, in his own world of Dead by Dungeons and Dragons. The Dead by Daylight version of Vecna isn't as strong. It isn't a fully operational Death Star, so to speak. So you may see Jason isn't as strong as he would be in film, just for balancing issues in Dead by Daylight. He might have a Mark of Negation. Who knows? We'll see what the devs come up with as a design for Jason in DBD. But I do truly believe that Jason is coming to DBD, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, I believe that the devs told us back in March that they finally got Jason for Dead by Daylight. I don't think they told us directly, but I think they gave us a little nod indirectly to let us know that it was happening. If you've watched any of the dev live streams over the past few months, either alongside of me in a watch party or on your own, you may have noticed that all of the devs have been repping the Dead by Daylight brand while on stream. Merchandise that you can wear in real life that can be purchased on shop.deadbydaylight.com. All the devs have been wearing branded Dead by Daylight apparel on stream. In fact, this one right here, this Trapper Silhouette t-shirt, you're going to see it again in a moment. But all the devs have been wearing shop.deadbydaylight.com stuff, which makes sense. They rep the brand, and it also helps advertise the shop. But we have seen a couple of exceptions to that rule. One of them would be Dave Richard in this segment here, where you can see, yeah, he's wearing that Trapper shirt that I just mentioned. But oh, what's this? What's this that he's got embroidered on the pocket of his, what is this, a denim vest hoodie combo here? That's a very familiar face right there. It's very interesting that he would choose to wear that on stream, don't you think? I think that this was him letting us know we got Jason without saying, hey, we got Jason. He can just say, what? I'm just wearing a piece of clothing. But I think that was his way of telling us that Jason is coming to DBD with that patch. It's a choice, right? So I think that there was a deeper meaning to that, and that was him, in a way, letting us know, yeah, we got Jason. Jason's coming. So where would Jason fit? They gave us this roadmap on the anniversary stream. Is Jason coming in the foreseeable near future from our roadmap, or could it be further down the line? One would hope it's sooner rather than later. So if we're looking at the roadmap here, June, we know, is going to be Vecna from Dungeons and Dragons. August, it says it's a licensed chapter, but we know that that's Castlevania. So then if we look down the road here to December, that doesn't say it's licensed. And plus, that says there's a map. And I don't think they can do a Camp Crystal Lake map, because I believe that portion of the license is owned by Victor Miller and not Sean Cunningham's Horror Inc. So then that takes us down to March here, where it says we have a licensed chapter with a new killer standalone. That could very likely be the slot that Jason would get on the schedule that we have seen. Again, it could be further down the road than that, but that would be my guess. Jason from Friday the 13th coming to Dead by Daylight in March. Now, I know this is far down the road, so, you'll have to hold tight. It might not even be that soon, but that's my guess. That's where I'm throwing my dart. Jason from Friday the 13th, licensed killer, March 2025. And now some bonus content. So I told you there are a couple of exceptions to devs wearing other brands on stream other than Dead by Daylight. Who's the other one, you might ask? Well, that would be none other than Eric Pope, the community manager, and he kind of runs these live streams here. And while he is wearing a Dead by Daylight hoodie, you can actually see the Dead by Daylight down the sleeve here. He's also sporting a stab hat, which is from the Scream movie franchise. That's like the fake movie franchise in the world of Scream, the stab movies inside of the Scream movies. If you know, you know, right? So he's wearing this stab hat with Ghostface on it. Well, what could that possibly mean? Well, we know that the devs told us that the next Survivor that we're getting in July is licensed, and they embody the word Survivor. And as you can see from Pin's tweet here, I just want Sidney Prescott. I know it's almost impossible, but she's survived Scream all these years, and her last lines were, "I'll survive, I always do." It's someone who embodies the word Survivor, feels like her, but I know it's not going to be her. Maybe it is going to be her, because, again, we have this stab hat, and they told us that the Survivor who's coming embodies the word Survivor. And Sydney's words of, "I'll survive, I always do," and she survived how many Scream movies? Maybe it is going to be her. Could it be that we're finally getting Sidney Prescott and that unified Scream license here in July with the license chapter of a new Survivor? Will that be Sidney Prescott? I don't know. Or maybe if things are happening further down the road, we see there's a new Survivor coming next April, so maybe these hints are Jason for March, Sidney for April next year, and that was their way of letting us know that stuff is coming. However, it doesn't say that the April Survivor 2025 is licensed. So, who knows? Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope that gave you something to look forward to, something to pin your hopes and dreams to for the future of Dead by Daylight. I already think that with the announcements that they had on the 8th anniversary stream, that this is going to be an amazing year 9 going forward. And I'm frankly very excited. But let me know what you think in the comments. I always like to hear your thoughts. So let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps the channel a ton. And don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.